valley has blossomed in the last 30 years from hardly any agriculture to, I mean, countries on the north side of the freeway, and they're pumping the water and they're getting the water out of the river, and they have the right to do it. Tremendous, tremendous loss up there, guys. Nothing we can do about that, I suppose. Okay, is that all out?
That's it for me. Are there questions?
Do we have any third parties working in our canal today? I guess not.
No,
Just,
no, we're idle right now.
Okay. All right. Pedro, you're on.
Morning.
Morning.
You told you? Yeah.
Okay, I'll start off with some of the drain maintenance within the city of El Paso. This is right here on the mesa behind the Valle High School. And again, you'll see some before and after pictures. And I'll go through it pretty quick. Again, mesa drain. Mesa drain, for some reason on the weekends I get plenty of water coming in there. During the week, it dries out. On the weekend, I've got water in there, so.
Everybody flushes your toilet on
I guess so.
Well, seriously. All that septic system, most of it, right?
Yeah, we can't figure out what kind of water it is. We can't even find the source of it yet. But as you can see right here, we're actually inside the channel. Weekend comes, we can't even get in there.
Wow.
We'll figure it out.
There's Renee.
Hello.
Hello, Renee. Hello, Renee.
This is up here by Sunset where the Numectes and the Montoya meet.
Are we share the screen now?
Sure.
You want to disable the?
Oh, sorry. I'll take care of that for you. Okay.
Again, this is down in the valley. Now this is some of the mowing going on with our delivery system mowers. Oh, that's working.
Of course.
Where's that feed? Is that around Torneo?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's on the riverside.
Oh, yeah, I see that bridge.
Yes. It's actually the Phoenix area.
Right,
Just press the page up, page down key.
Yeah, it won't. It won't.
Won't work.
yeah. There you go.
There you go. There it is.
Then this is some of our, again, some of our delivery system for Neo. This is up there in the downtown area. This area here is always a problem for us. I've got a mower that's dedicated just to this area. He mows everything from Little Flower to downtown, then he goes back to Little Flower and starts all over again. By that time, weeds are pretty bad, yes.
That's right near the area we're gonna concrete, because that was Jefferson High School, wasn't it? So further down.
That's further up, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is actually, what's the name, it's over by Copia,
Eucalyptus?
the name of that school, it's an elementary school. It's over just upstream of Eucalyptus, yes, yes. And here, not only do we have problems with narrow banks, but very low wires. We are constantly breaking the wires in this area. You know, we've gone with AT&T and All they do is go put them back the same way, so every time we go through there, break wires. This is on San Isario. And then, this is on the riverside. These are the silt plates that were installed. This is still at Rudy's welding shop after they were completed. These are the anchors that go on the wall where the gates will swivel. These are the swivels. And then this is the top part where the transmission and the motors, the reels and everything go. These are your arms, the bushings in place. Here's the first day we started, and just the small amount of time that we blocked the water off, we got about a good 3 feet of sand accumulated in this area. So here we're removing the planks that were installed just to get to the first part of the season. And then here I left an excavator there to clean out the whole area there, all the cement lining. And then that's what the silt plates will look like. We would set them on the wall, mark them, and then we will come back in there and start cutting them. Those are the chainsaws that we were talking about a little earlier. The pretty stout chainsaws. We bought the 2 chainsaws, 4 blades, and 4 bars and 4 chains. Once we go out there and we cut everything out, we go back in there with some hammer drills and just kind of get everything out of in between. Here they're doing the floor, breaking it out. There the silt plate's already in place, and it's also anchored to the wall with 8 inch by 5/8 anchor bolts. Same thing with the floor. Making sure the floor's level and make sure the gate goes up and down evenly. Anchoring the plate. And then some epoxy a grout that was put on the silt plate on the ground on the floor. And that thing flows pretty. I mean, it's self-level. When you pour it in there, it self-levels. So it's pretty easy. There's your silt plate already in place. And then we're grouting the side plates here. Gates, front and back. And then this is the actual install of the gates.
Is that our second crane that we got?
You kept it.
We need to work on that out.
Yeah, well, that other one was a helper crane, and we got a real one.
Yeah, no, this crane here is, it's a massive crane. So they're the gates after they, and then Robert couldn't wait to put water in there, so that's actually about a half hour after we were done. Robert got water on us already, so. All the railing has
Any
to
kind
be-
of program or any kind of procedure that we operate those gates once a year just to make sure they work? Because you don't normally use them, right, or you
Yeah.
do for
These right here we do, those are used daily.
wasteway?
Yeah, the radials. The wasteway, those will have to kind of just get with Robert and make sure that we use them, yeah. That we operate them at least once a year.
It's always fun when you're having a flood, you go out there and the gates don't work.
Right.
But we do have a team, Rick Valles,
Right.
out of telemetry. He goes and operates not only this area with the wasteway, but Escalate Wasteway and downtown and so on. And he makes sure that the gates are
You
working
do
properly.
have a procedure in place.
Yes.
That's good.
Uh-huh. We start our generator up at Settling Basin also, and have a log that we keep track of.
So the rails have been put in place already, and all we need is this site is the chain link fence to secure the area. And then we go back to some of the crossings. This is the private crossing that this gentleman here paid, like, how long has it been, Jay? Maybe 6 months ago?
Approximately.
To get this crossing put in, and he's been very patient. And we finally got it done. In fact, they're installing just the big gate this morning. The crossing has been completed. This is all, he did pay for all the work for this crossing. And this is up there by Gato Road on the west side. Now this drain here is very tricky because it's constantly zigzagging in and out of Texas and New Mexico. From where you see that pole this way, I believe that's New Mexico. Where the culvert went in, it's Texas. Then you travel a little bit more and it goes to New Mexico again, so. Here we're just cleaning out the area where the culvert's going. We put an 80-foot crossing for him. And there's the crossing. It's been great.
So no dewatering required there? I mean, it's dry?
None at all, yes, it was dry. Would you believe that?
Yeah, I don't believe, that's weird.
Yeah, it was dry. Yeah, so we were able to actually assemble the pipe inside the channel.
That drain ends about 500 feet.
Right.
No,
To the
okay.
left, it dumps into the west drain.
The funny thing about it is, I would say maybe about 300 feet upstream from there, there's a culvert, and that culvert's full of water.
Huh.
So
So,
beaver's helping out.
I'm pretty sure, you can't even see in there, but that's all part of New Mexico. This is the Isla, we're finishing up the Isla, this is for that TWDB grant that we have. We are, I would say, probably about 95% complete. We've got very minimal work to do. We're just finding some low spots and kind of raising the bank and grading everything.
Actually, this was Bureau Reclamation.
Oh, is it Bureau Reclamation?
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies, yeah, Bureau Reclamation, so.
We already got tumbleweeds growing on it, huh?
Yeah. And we're almost completed with it. Like I said, we should be done with it by this week. There's up between Horizon and Tres Hermanos entrance. That's what it's looking like after we're completed. We're just raising the banks to be above the shot creek. And then these gates here were, they were rebuilt about 2 years ago. We just hadn't gone back to demolition the old ones. So we took advantage that Riverside didn't have water when we were putting in the Riverside Wasteway 2, and we took advantage of demolition them also. There was a lot of accumulation of weeds on these, this structure. That's already without the structure. There's that washout
Yeah.
on the right-hand side. And then this is the Darty, another one we took advantage of replacing the culvert here. Railroad had to do some work there on Bowman Road. So being that the road was closed, we took advantage and replaced the culvert at this site. This was also paid in full by the city of Socorro. And this is off the Darty lateral. We're chipping out there to repair that head wall. Sacked it in place, grout it, repaired the head wall, and the asphalt has been put back in, so this street is completed already, both by us and the city. That's what it looks like. And then this is Rio Vista. This bridge was actually, I went out there and measured, it was actually 14 feet wide. So this whole thing was demolished also. This is also funded by the city of Socorro. Right there we have already two sacked in place. Actually, there are two sacked. And then we're putting some footings in the area where there was no pillars to secure the bridge. We're also putting a 1-foot concrete slab over the top of the whole pipe, just to give it extra strength. And there on the east lot, we actually are going to be pouring tomorrow. We've got 65 yards scheduled for tomorrow. So we should be out of there hopefully by next week.
And this was a project, a bridge that was only 14 feet wide, as Pete mentioned, on Rio Vista by that school. So you had traffic that would have to stop and wait for the other vehicle to go by. So it's been expanded to 120 feet?
100 feet.
100 feet
100.
wide, and they're going to make turning lanes and so on.
Wait a minute, from 14
to 100.
14 to 100.
Yeah, and there's a lot of foot traffic from kids walking to that school, so it was really dangerous.
So they'll be putting sidewalks, and then not only that, they had like about a 3-foot hump on it.
Mhm.
So by doing what we did, we're able to lower the street 2 feet. So it's almost gonna be, it's only gonna have like about 6-inch hump on it
It's gonna be similar to what Pete did it on
now.
Bowman.
Yes, sir. Any questions for me?
No, sir. Keep up the good work, Pete.
Thank you, sir.
Always looks good.
Thank you.
Okay, Robert.
Okay. We'll start off with the small tracks. We completed 4 of their waterings, and we got 6 more to go. They've been going pretty good, but you know, the neighbors still like to fight, but they're coming around pretty good. They're using, they're starting to use pretty good water, and now we're getting to the heavy part of the season where this last weekend we had to really push the Franklin. We brought it up to 200 feet. And I always remember Al and Pete when we bring the gauge height up to that 420. And Pete one time, and Al was over there in Austin throwing up because it was too high. And the ditcher got scared, but we need to have that water in the Franklin when we carry them. With them out of the way, and then EPCWID came on board, and something happened real strange. When EPCWID came on board, we had a 230 boost on the river. And right away, as soon as they came out on a Friday, by that Monday, we had to go from the boost from 230 to 0. Maybe they quit pumping, I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden the river got out of control, started giving a lot of water. It was real crazy, and then it stayed like that for about 2 weeks. The river was equal, we didn't have to put no boost on it, and it was working great, and all of a sudden it just turned the tide and started needing water, so we're back to 100 boost. And you know, why it does it,
Coincide with the pumping, like you said.
why it doesn't know, and it's like, I was even telling, even Art this morning, you know, we've gone from Friday and Saturday 500-foot order to an 800-foot order. We're using more water than we haven't used in a couple of years, and we're really pushing the canals now. The riverside between Wasteway 1, I was telling you yesterday, we're running 350. Yesterday got up to 400. Oh yeah, it was kind of scary, but right away I tell the supervisor, put some more water in the feeder, reduce it, and everything came under control. But again, what happened to the river? We've been leaving it alone for about a week. All of a sudden yesterday, it dropped 100 feet, just by itself. This morning, the 100 feet back. And that's the way it happened. And then another thing that happened yesterday, kind of weird. The boundary has the American Canal set at 800 feet for arroyo purposes to keep the canal safe. Well, we're up at 800 feet. So yesterday, the American Canal tripped, dumped all our water for about 30 minutes. But like I said, oh, Robert, 30 minutes. You guys, 30 minutes turns into 12 hours in our system. So they put the water back in. They said, no, but our telemetry is working fine. I told them, your telemetry, excuse the word, it's no good. It delays 2 hours. What happens at 8 o'clock, it won't report until 10 o'clock at night. I said, guy, get off your butt, go check. He went down there, dropped the phone, said, yeah, the whole thing was out of chaos. 30 minutes, an hour later, it kicked again, they tripped, spilled our water. And So now we're back under control, they turn off the automatic gates, and they brought the American out up to 1,200, so hopefully we won't have a problem. There's a couple of farmers that got kind of mad that their water dropped. I said, like I was telling them, do I take a chance of getting you mad, or do I get a chance of getting 10 farmers mad? So I took the chance that I'll just get one farmer mad. He didn't like it, but you know, if you drop some of those checks, like these I-0 checks that Pete just put in, they're doozies. When you drop those babies in, they take some water. It drops. But they're going pretty good, and I said, we're using a lot of water. We got the boost right there. And what Al was saying earlier, we're trying to still save as much water as possible. So far, March came around, we're using more or less what we predicted. April is right on par, and I think May is gonna be right on par. We're moving to June, July, and August. I kind of budgeted 45. September, the one that scares me, 'cause I don't know how long we're going, but I budget 35. If everything works the way it should, we should still save 100,000 for next year. So,
We're gonna need it, Robert.
if everything goes good, we'll have 100,000 for next year to start off with. And we can start in March with 48 inches.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Hey, I had to get smaller.
Dr. Blair didn't say anything.
So far, Al, that's what I'm kind of looking at. I saw your charges this morning, so everything's still up to those, trying to save the 100,000, but I don't know what's gonna happen in September, how far we're gonna go. Acres wise, so far compared to this year to last year we were at this time we had watered 21,000 return flow. This year we only had 8,000, but we watered already 80,000 in allotment so far. Compared to last year, we only had like 6,000 at this time, but we started in June. So they're going, and we're into the heavy part of the season, and like I told my men, guys, this first irrigation in June is very important. It sets the pattern for June, July, and August, which I consider one of the hard months. That's it on that, and then I think that another thing that we're having to be real careful. Just this month, 2 of my ditch charters got salted. They had, one of the gentlemen, Sanelli, saw one of our ditch charters, and the ditch charter usually stop at the Good Time store under the lights to do some of the paperwork, and the guy thought that our ditch charter was following him. So the ditch rider took off, the guy followed the ditch rider, went and pulled up in front of him and threw him a Bud Light. It was good, he threw him a Corona, right? But he threw beers at him and then he drove off. And he said, next time you follow me, I'll kill you. But we never caught him and the sheriff couldn't do nothing. And here, last week, our ditch rider was coming down the canal, and again, there's some guys in parking canals and they threatened our ditch rider. So, you know, been here a long time. It's happened, but it's not happening like what's happening now. So me and Sure, we're talking about maybe putting on some kind of temporary cameras on the ditch rider. We're looking at it to protect the ditch riders. See what's out there. So
They've got those new cameras that you can put on your rear view mirror that'll go to the front and to the back and keep track of the driver also.
yeah,
So the problem has been that, you know, even though we tried talking to the ditch riders and say, hey, look, try and get a plate number for us. This way, the camera will pick it up. And
so maybe try for the at least the 7 ditch riders.
Maybe the increase is because of what's going on with,
That's
a lot
what I
of these
think.
people are out of work and
Thievery's gone
yeah,
on the farm.
they're getting very,
They're getting, seem like they're getting tired of being locked up at the house.
I say, they're becoming aggressive too.
Yeah.
They need something really exciting.
They get hostile, you know, they get real mad because they're getting tired of people telling them what to do, stay inside, you know. It's going on, and like I said, we'll work through that also, and like I said, right now, the water's pretty hard. You know, Art came talk to me, and we're in a little jams in some part of the canal, but we'll, 2-3 days, we'll fix the problem, and we'll go forward from there. Hopefully, Like I said, this first irrigation in June is very important because it'll set the pattern for the rest. Once we spread them out and they're in that little cycle, I think we'll be okay. That's all I have.
Appreciate it, man. Keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you.
Does anybody need to take a break? I'm the only one, I'll go and the rest of them. Jay's on next.
You want to take a break?
We can pick.
Yeah, sure.